All right, we're here with Kevin Greutert, director of Saw 3D. So when can we expect, what does Saw 3D start? Does it take place right after Saw 6?
There are, as usual with the Saw film, this movie jumps all over the place chronologically. I think the bulk of it is about a month after Saw 6, but there's plenty of other scenes that take place throughout Saw history.
What are the challenges of directing a movie that's made for 3D?
3D cameras are very finicky, although not as bad as I'd been led to believe by, I'd heard some horror stories about other people's experience, but creating compositions that are visually coherent and are sending the brain the correct information about how to process the image in stereo, it's tricky. You have to make sure that you don't, like, for instance, if this button on your shirt here was very bright, but only one of the stereo cameras could see it, you can get these strange artifacting things in your composition that it's just very tricky. You have to spend a lot of time honing the image to make sure it looks good.
Great. So Saw 3D, it's been said this is the final chapter. Is this really going to at the end Saw, and wrap it all up?
This is definitely meant to be the final Saw film. There are a few survivors at the end, but the story is told, so we really do think of this as the last one.
How many traps can we expect to see? What kind of things?
There are a lot more traps in this film than there usually are in Saw films. Not all of them necessarily play out as full scenes, but the ones that do are bigger and better than we've ever done in the past.
What's your favorite trap from Saw 3D? You have a...
Well, I can't give too much away, but there's one involving a swallowed fish hook that I think is my favorite.
Awesome. Well, we're really very excited, and thanks for chatting with us.
Thank you very much.
Hey, we're here with Cary Elwes. He plays Dr. Lawrence Gordon in Saw. We haven't actually seen you since the first Saw movie.
Right.
How's it feel to be back?
Very happy, and I really have the fans to thank for that. They're the ones who campaigned heavily for me to return, so they really been very cool, and they're obviously very into the series, and we wouldn't have such a successful franchise were it not for them.
Now, last we saw of Dr. Gordon, cut his foot off, crawled out of the bathroom. Are we going to find out what happens?
Yeah, this answers all the questions that the fans may have as to what happened to Dr. Gordon, and I can't go into detail, obviously, but it ties up all the loose ends.
So, can we expect to see? Does he play a big role in the whole?
I can't tell you anything about it. I'm sorry. I'd like to, but I think it's it would be unfair to the fans if we would just give away any plot.
That's how we do it here.
There you go. That was Betsy Russell,
yes.
By the way, who is making a couple of appearances in this interview. This film lends itself very well to 3D. So I saw the film a couple of weeks ago. It's very, very, very graphic. Very graphic. Probably the most graphically violent movie ever made. Ever.
You heard it here first. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right, we're here with Betsy Russell. She plays Jill Tuck in Saw. And in the last movie, she sets up Mark in the trap, but he lives. So can we expect to see maybe some revenge? Is Jill going to kind of, does she have to watch her back a little bit?
I can't really talk about it, but let's just say we're all in for a wild ride. And that, I know.
Sounds great. Was there any kind of a difference in making a 3D movie as opposed to, a normal movie?
Yes, it took forever. It really did. It took a long time for each setup. And the cameras were, huge. I'm sure they'll be a lot smaller in the coming years. But the cameras were big. It took a long time. And then you had Kevin Greutert saying, we'll do it this way because it'll look better in 3D. Do it move this way or move that way, and step in here or step in there. That was really the only difference. The length and the cameras and the occasional note. That was it.
Are we going to find out, Jill, she dropped off an envelope to the hospital. Are we going to find out what that all about?
Well, let's just say that all of the loose ends will be tied up. They're not going to leave us hanging at the end, right? That's good to know, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel safe knowing that all of my questions will be answered, don't you?
Yeah. Very good, very good.
Yeah.
What kinds of traps can we expect? And do you have a favorite trap from Saw 3D?
I do, but I can't tell you what it is.
Aw, no fun.
I've never been called no fun before, but okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry. She's very fun. Did you know that before you walked in front of we were actually talking to Cary, and we have a nice shot of you walking in front of the camera.
Oh, did I?
It's okay that we forgive you.
But I'm fun. So
Exactly. She is very fun.
I do that naturally, right? I thought you were going to say Cary said something about me.
No.
Fun if it was good.
No, sorry.
I'd tell him to say something. I heard him say my name once, but it could have been when he was dreaming. I don't know.
Do you plan to check out the Comic-Con at all and check out anything?
I think we are going to meet a lot of fans. We're going to hang out there for an hour and sign autographs and stuff. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. I know there's a lot of dedicated people here, and it's
for sure.
Everyone. Yeah. There's a lot of people that love the franchise. So
yeah, that's been very true. The fans have been incredibly loyal and very excited, and they've just been amazing. I mean, I think the horror fans are probably the best fans in the world. Most excited, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much. We're really excited, so thanks for talking with us.
Great. Nice to meet you.
All right, we're here with Costas Mandylor, who plays Mark Hoffman in Saw. Before we go into everything, though, one of our other co-hosts is not here right now. He's from Boston. He's a big Boston fan. What do you have to say to him?
See you next year, kid.
Awesome. Great.
I've just made an enemy.
Well,
that was his fault.
Yeah. All right, so end of Saw 6, Mark gets set up in a trap by Jill, survives. I know you probably can't tell us a lot, but what can you tell us about what happens next?
Well, I think that, for anybody that's seen Saw 6 and that very painful ending that I went through, I'm not a happy guy. So basically, you got a guy that gets on a rampage, and everybody that crosses his path is going to get it. And then things happen to me. So for all my sins, I might pay in this particular film. I might be in trouble myself.
Oh.
Again.
So what are the challenges of acting in a 3D film opposed to a regular film?
Well, I think patience is number one, because it's a lot of setup time and have to be really very specific with lighting and stuff like that. But the payoff is that you get movies like Avatar and other things, and it comes right at you. So people are into it.
Have you got to see any of the 3D scenes yet?
No.
No?
I haven't seen anything, and I prefer not to, because I want to see it as an audience. Because sometimes you watch your movies before the public sees them. Some people watch dailies. I like to still have that little kid in me and go and see it with everybody else.
Are you going to check out the Comic-Con at all? Maybe talk to some fans? Or
Yeah, at 2 o'clock I've got to meet everybody, whoever's there. Maybe bump into a couple of actor friends and have a laugh. But it's a good day. It's very popular, isn't it?
Yeah. I think they sold out today, so it's a lot of people. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So how does it feel? Saw's over with. This is the last in the series. What's your thoughts?
Sweet. You can't do stuff forever, but it was a really good ride for me with a bunch of really great people. So, the dream would be one more time. It's like a fighter, one more fight. Because you love fighting, you love to do what you do. So, it's strange, but let's hope we go out with a bang and people are really into it.
Yeah. Well, we're really excited. We can't wait. And make sure to check it out when it's in theaters. So
thanks
a lot for chatting with us.